Yeah, this is an important documentation for myself by me, Leo Mark Harwood. I'm recording this recording now. Yeah, here it goes. Um, basically, no one helps me on the path of life, you know. Like people pretend that, you know, they know what I am and what I'm doing, where I'm gonna be and that, you know. But no one knows until I actually get there, you know. Because when I'm living my life, you know. When I get to my destination points, you know, that's when I get to them. You know what I mean? I don't get there before that point in time, you know what I mean? So I don't know what people are saying, like, you know. I mean, like, sometimes, you know, when I woke up in the morning, like, you know, I see Pops there, you know what I mean? And then I run through the front room and all that, and I see Mum. When I woke up with my six senses as well, like, at a carpet and car, you know, homeless days on road, you know. I spoke to a man first who was approaching the area, which is why I woke up in advance before he wasn't anywhere near there. You get me? And then I met him on pavement, and then we spoke, and then I left the area. You get me? And now here today, like, you know, accordingly, like, you know, sometimes you walk outside the door, you know, you checking for women, like, you know, and you see a man there, it's like, oh, it's not happening today, you know what I mean? You see a bird after that, or you might see a bird first of all, you know, and then still not happening, like, fuck's sake, you know what I mean? You might walk out there and you see no one, like, and you go back indoors, whatever, like, but, you know, it's all happening still as usual, mate, you know what I mean? But you don't know how long you're going to be on the planet for, like, you know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? You got to rock on while you can, like, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Because if I leave this planet, you know, I'll go to the next planet, you know what I mean? If it's Mars, next planet in line, you know what I mean? For me, you know, personally, individually, you know, alone, as usual, like, you know, then that's it, like, you know what I mean? That's where I'm going, like. I mean, I ain't got time to pussyfoot around, mate, you know what I mean? I'll move my hands around, you know what I mean? My soul, I'm a soul, mate, you know what I mean? I am soul, you know what I mean? And I'll move my flesh, you know what I mean? And I move it around where I need to move it with my six senses, you know what I mean? That goes for all kind of situation on life, you know what I mean? Anything that goes, mate, you know what I mean? How I need to deal with it, mate, you know what I mean? So, like, you get me? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, because, boy, I ain't got time to mess around, you know, sir. I'm 45, you know. I still move around like, you know what I mean, a little nipper, you know what I mean? Like, still, like, you know what I mean? But time's passing through, mate, you know what I mean? Because anyone who's lived 45 years of life so far, you know what I mean, as I have so far, you know what I mean, like so far, like, you know what I mean, they'll tell you, mate, that's a long fucking time, mate, you know what I mean, in the individual's world, mate, you know what I mean? Even 3 years or 6 years or fucking 9 years, 11, whatever, mate. It don't matter how long you live, star. Because once you've lived past fucking 60 minutes of time, mate, you know what I mean? You've lived a long time so far, you get me? You need to live it, star, you get me? Because, like, there's 60 seconds in a minute, star, you know what I mean? Depending on how you're dealing with things, you know what I mean, at the time, you get me? That's a long fucking time. So 60 seconds, that's a minute. 60 minutes, that's an hour. 24 hours in a day, you get me? 7 days a week, however many days, approximately 30 in a month, and 365 days in a year. So 45 years, you get me? That's a lot of fucking seconds, mate, you know what I mean? So I ain't got time to play, mate. I ain't got time to discuss and pussyfoot around, fuck around, or mess around, like, say what I'm into, like, you get me? Because life is obvious, star, in a simple and complex way, star. You ain't got all your fucking days to fucking decide what you want to do, mate. You are what you are, mate, from birth, mate. You know what I mean? And if you mess around, mate, you pay the consequences, mate. You know what I mean? I never mess around, mate. You can have a laugh and a joke, you know what I mean? Because humor's part of life, mate. It's what gets you through, mate. You know what I mean? But you ain't got time to fucking mismatch what you are, mate, against the elements of life, mate, and existence and nature and creation, mate. You know what I mean? That's it. That's impossible, mate. You know what I mean? So like, yeah. Anyway, like, you know what I mean? So yeah. Now I'm just venting off to myself, like, because I'm going through little, you know what I mean, problems at the moment. You know what I mean? So you know what I mean? Like, so yeah. I mean, but big up the girl, them. Les.